War is no longer that scary, bloody, horrific thing that we want to avoid. People found out that it's good for business. And the way it works is you're going to need people in the factories to make all the items you need for war. So the argument that they make is let's go to war because it'll be good for the economy. And it's become a vicious circle. I mean, you have private defense contractors. They get private contracts with the government to make tanks, planes, etc. And Congress makes a bill to build more military equipment, build more tanks. And once these tanks and planes are built, lobbyists will kick that money back to the politicians in campaign contributions. And it's become this rinse repeat cycle. So all that money that should go to healthcare and education, it's going to the military industrial complex. And Dwight D. Eisenhower actually warned us about this in his farewell address in 1961. And we fell right into the trap. He said, every gun that is made, every warship launched, every rocket fired signifies, in the final sense, a theft from those who hunger and are not fed, a theft from those who are cold and not clothed. This world in arms is not spending money alone. It is spending the sweat of its laborers, the genius of its scientists, and the hopes of its children. And guess what? Both Republicans and the Democrats just voted to increase the military budget again. Look, I'm not asking to get rid of the military, and I don't think people in the military are bad. My own dad was in the army. But when you have corrupt politicians making up justifications to get our soldiers killed, yes, I have a problem. When I pay taxes, I want it to go to stuff that actually matters. And this is a choice of either having my money blowing up brown people overseas that never did anything to me, or give it back to the American people. And I went to go visit Vietnam recently, and I realized why so many soldiers come back with PTSD. And by the way, veterans should get all the care that they need. And we shouldn't have homeless vets, but we shouldn't be putting our soldiers in these positions in the first place. In my opinion, you should only have a military to defend your country, not go on these offensive wars like we've been doing. And if we are going to overthrow a regime, we should go through the UN as a coalition. But instead, we're over here poking North Korea with a stick on Twitter. But what sucks is that we always say that we're doing things for human rights and freedom, but that never seems to be the case. It's always been corrupt decisions made by the people at the top. Noam Chomsky said it best. And if you don't know about Noam Chomsky, I got his name mixed up. Noam Chomsky, you should definitely look him up because he is probably one of the people that I look up to when it comes to politics and my ideology. But he said, everyone's worried about stopping terrorism. Well, there's really an easy way. Stop participating in it. And I wish a lot of politicians in Washington would hear that quote because they're complicit in what they're doing. But the bright side of this, guys, is that our generation hates war. I mean, think about it. We invaded Afghanistan in 2002. It's 2018, and you probably have siblings that don't know how life was before 9/11. I mean, I'm turning 26 and I barely do. I mean, I knew it happened, but I didn't necessarily know the magnitude of the situation and the perpetual war we would be in. But what we have to do is vote these war hawks out of Washington. That's really the only thing we can do. The next thing we have to do is get money out of politics. Like I said, when defense contractors are able to pay people in Congress to do their bidding, we lose. Even if what they're doing is widely unpopular, they're always going to go with the money. And if you want to get money out of politics, join wolfpack.com.